Hey everyone, the Museum of the Moving Image recently held their Jim Henson birthday celebration, which I was once again honored to be a part of. This year's celebration was expanded into 2 days, and I really wanted to make sure with this video you got to see all the amazing events that were held over those 2 days. So without further ado, let's head to New York City. I'm just about to meet up with my friends on the tour and begin the festivities. Let's go. And I think I found the place. I'm not quite sure, but there seems to be a plethora of Muppet people here. So I think I found the place. Richard Gomez is here, and Kate. Gab's here, Tal's here. Look at everybody is freaking here. This is going to be amazing.
So feeling feels like that feeling. Together again.
Our tour started with a sing-along led by Heather Henson and Lucas Ross, where we learned a new arrangement of Moving Right Along. Then our tour officially started with Tough Pigs' Johannes and Heather Henson sharing stories and reminiscing about some of Jim Henson's favorite places in Manhattan, including Jim Henson's apartment at the Sherry Netherlands. We were also treated to photos from inside as well. Right across the street is the Grand Army Plaza, where many scenes from the Muppets Take Manhattan were filmed, including the one where Jenny gives Kermit the Huggies, while Miss Piggy goes ballistic in a construction site.
What was that?
Oh, it's just New York.
As well as Bergdorf Goodman, where Miss Piggy was employed very briefly with Joan Rivers.
You are fired.
Then we made our way over to Central Park, where we ran into Brandon Smith and Tal Bennett with a couple of puppet friends.
Whoa!
This is weird. It's like they're the aquarium now.
Puppets! What are puppets doing here in Central Park?
We're animals.
Oh, you're animals. I'm so sorry. So you may be wondering why we're stopping here in this random place right in front of this pond.
I sure do.
Well, let me tell you guys. There was actually a couple of things that were filmed here back in the day. Some of you may be aware of a video from the play-along series called Neat Stuff to Know and Do. Big fans of that, I can tell. Everyone is intimately familiar with it.
Kylie and PJ.
There's a segment in there starring Jim Henson as himself, and he's teaching you how to skip stones. And he did that right here, and somehow they filmed it in a way that made it look like they were really out in the woods. But here we are in the middle of Manhattan, which I find fascinating.
Hi.
Hi there.
What you doing?
Well, I'm skipping stones.
Oh, well, how do you do that, huh?
Well, you take a nice round flat stone like this, you hold it between your thumb and forefinger, and you throw it nice and low and level over the water so it goes spinning off your forefinger, like this.
Okay. Can I try?
Sure. Get yourself a stone there.
Okay. Whee!
Great. Listen, you just keep practicing now, and you'll get better and better, and you'll be able to do more and more skips.
My dad loved nature, and he had, he loved being able to walk out of his house and come right into nature. He also had a house in London that was right next to the Hampstead Heath, where he could go and do his nature walks so easily. So I just love that he can come out of here and come right here to this pond. And he actually did really love skipping stones. That footage is actually him skipping that like multi skipping stone, and he taught me how to skip stones too. I'm not as good as him, but he actually taught me as well. So, and it's actually how to find them. I'm sure maybe you guys know it's the round, flat ones. You have to look for the perfect skipping stone.
I found a Band-Aid.
That's not good.
Oh, you don't touch that.
So having this pond right here. One time when, I guess when it was colder, this pond completely froze over, and my sister was flying in. Lisa was flying in from LA on the red eye, so she's going to be arriving at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was a big snowstorm before that, and this was completely frozen over and had a beautiful thick layer of fluffy snow. So my dad and I came down here and we shuffled in our feet. We actually were able to walk right onto the lake, and we shuffled a big sign saying like, "Welcome Lisa," or I can't remember exactly, or else it was like, yeah, I think it was "Welcome Lisa," I'm sure it was. But we wrote on it, and then when my sister arrived, we were like, look out the window, and then she could come and see the sign for her. That was really fun.
Some of you may remember this public service announcement. I think they're my notes.
Oh, sorry.
And your eyes don't work. You may remember a public service announcement starring Kermit and Fozzie Bear. And that was from 1983. The Muppets filmed a series of PSAs for the National Wildlife Federation. And normally this is the point in the tour when I would show you a video of what that looked like. But we've got real animals here that could... Do you guys know the PSA? Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, we rehearsed it.
You rehearsed it? Oh, that's perfect. Well, can you show the folks what that might look like?
Oh, sure. And I think it goes something like this. Really nice out here, isn't it?
Yeah, back to nature.
Catch anything yet?
Hey, yeah, I think I got something.
What is it?
Yeah, I got it. It's the third piece of foil I caught today. I wonder how things got in there anyway.
Well, sometimes people just wander by and toss stuff into the water. And did you know there's other stuff in the water that you can't see? That's what pollutes the water.
Well, why do they do that?
I don't know. I guess people just don't think about it.
But don't they understand how important clean water is to fish in?
What?
And to swim in?
Yes.
And to make a nice glass of lemonade with?
Yeah, we all forget sometimes. You know, water is something we have to conserve and keep clean.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, you know, if you'd like some free tips from my friends at the National Wildlife Federation on how you can use water wisely, write to Jesus, that's me, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C. 20036.
Who are you talking to?
Them, you don't see them? They're like watching us.
That's what pollutes the water, you know?
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I guess people just don't think about it.
Well, don't they understand how important clean water is to fish in and to swim in and to make a decent glass of lemonade with?
Yeah, we all forget sometimes. Water is something we have to conserve and keep clean.
Sounds easy enough.
You know, if you'd like some free tips from my friends at the National Wildlife Federation on how you can use water wisely, write to Kermit, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C. 20036.
Who are you talking to?
Amazing. Did everyone get that address? So you want to write to Jesus?
It still works.
Still works?
Yes, I checked it.
You
Wow,
can't
that's
say Kermit,
fascinating.
you know?
Who?
Who? Nobody.
Nothing.
Well, in the original it said write to Kermit
Right.
at that address.
Right. So when I was a kid, I thought that was how you got in touch with Kermit the Frog. So I would tell my mom every time one of those commercials would come up, I would be like, the address is on the TV. Write it down really quick, and we were never fast enough.
What a nerd.
So yeah, I was a nerd from a very, very young age.
We know.
All right, so we're gonna keep moving, right? Is
Well,
that
we do
it?
have one more thing.
No, we're not gonna keep moving.
Lucas is gonna help us out.
Thank you for reminding me. Where's Lucas Ross? Do we have a Lucas Ross here?
Some of us have feathers.
Some of us have fins. Like me.
Some of us are furry.
Sing along if you know the
Some of
words.
us have grins. We swim and hop and slither.
And leap and soar and run.
Yeah. We all live together on a planet of the sun. Everyone, we're all Earthlings. We're all Earthlings. Sailing around together on a planet of the sun.
Just more of the beautiful walk along these beautiful pond's edge. I love this walk. I love Central Park. My dad loves Central Park. He loved this walk.
All right, so we are stopping here. So, well, I guess I can tell this part of the story. We used to stop here because of this bridge that's right behind us, which we have a picture of Snuffy on that bridge. Well, don't get that excited.
Similar.
That may not be the same bridge.
But it's a bridge in Central Park, and this is a bridge in Central Park.
Well, and you can picture Snuffy like on the bridge, right? Like, it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
And there were lots of scenes shot in Central Park with Sesame Street because Sesame Street had their offices just across the way.
They still do. If you go to 63rd and Broadway, you can see the street sign that says Sesame Street. So you can finally tell people how to get to Sesame Street. Because so much of the of Sesame Street has been filmed in New York, their studio used to be on the Upper West Side. Now it is in Queens. They've used Central Park many times as basically like another filming location. You can see a few of those examples here of the characters in the park. Big Bird's ridden the Central Park Carousel. We've seen Big Bird on the Woolman ice skating rink. Belvedere Castle, which is here in the park, has been used as the establishing shot for the Count's Castle. So canonically, the Count and Mr. Snuffleupagus both live in Central Park. They're neighbors.
And even our archives department has taxi receipts of the taxis of the time back and forth that they were going from the offices that we're going to see across the way to the offices here in Central Park. Lots of traveling back and forth.
And I have a little trivia question to ask you guys. So in 1973, there was a episode of Sesame Street in which the Count counted every blade of grass in Central Park. Does anyone know how many blades of grass, according to the Count, there are? 4? You're so close, Gab. No, it's more than 4. 5. You're not even close. There are 67,183,538. What kind of Muppet fans are you? You didn't know that number.
Former Muppet builder Richard Termini was also on our tour and provided a whole bunch of great photographs and information along the way.
Do you have things that you want to share about Sesame Street filming in New York?
Just a couple of things. When the Columbus Circle here, when they were building, they tore down the Coliseum, and they were going to create those 2 towers that you could just see above the trees there. Before these high-rise towers, we did a demonstration here in the park, and we had Muppet walk-around characters that joined the demonstration to prohibit them building towers that would overshadow the park. And in fact, they didn't until much later when these were allowed. But anyway, I can remember being here and demonstrating and having these Muppet walk-arounds part of and the Hensons provided that to make a statement against that sort of construction and shadowing of Central Park.
Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Magic carpet, every door is open wide to happy people like you. Happy people like, what a beautiful sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? 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 How to get to Sesame Street?
On our way to our next stop, we passed a nearby rock formation, also used in the Neat Stuff video.
Yeah, and I thought rolling downhill was fun, huh?
What do you say we get some ice cream?
What flavor?
Why, Rocky Road, of course.
Church, that's where we're going to go. We're going to see a beautiful map that was done by my dad's great-grandfather, that was from Bowie, Maryland. Actually, he was from Germany before Germany was like called Prussia. He was in the Prussian, his father was in the Prussian War, and then he came over here. He went to art school in what was Germany then. And he was a map maker, and he worked with I don't know if he worked directly, but it was right after the Central Park was made. It's a beautiful old map, and you can get it as like a poster. You can get it on an art print, on a mug. You can get it on a towel. Just as he intended. Just intended, right? Yeah. And so I bought from online. I bought one of my great-grandfather's artwork. So maybe people have heard about how my dad learned a lot of his painting from his grandmother, Dear. So it was Dear's grandfather that was this map maker and painter. So that's my story about Central Park. So that's one of the connections that we have to Central Park. Because we're here in the dairy of Central Park.
We are. This is
dairy.
Called the dairy.
Why is it called the dairy?
It used to be a dairy. There's a real dairy here in Central Park.
Here? This?
Are you guys left over from when this used to be a real dairy? Yeah. Have you been waiting here the whole time?
We've been waiting here for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Wow. Hi there, okay. We know the cows here at the dairy. Well, do you have anything to say about, I don't know, milk?
Oh, sure I do. And with the help of Miss Ross over here, we shall.
Great. What a segue.
Oh, Cloverland dairy products are always close at hand. You're going from the corner store for the Cloverland dairy brand. Cloverland dairy products are always in demand. They come to you fresh as morning dew. Look for the Cloverland dairy brand.
Get the lightest milk. Eat the grandest, greenest.
Yeah, really should call Cloverland, because Cardinal Service is the keenest milk and butter. Eggs and cheese.
See you.
Cloverland now. North 92222.
North 92222.
Ticket. Cloverland now. North 92222.
Our brown cows give the whitest milk from eating of grass that's greenest. You really should call Cloverland, 'cause Golden Rule Service is the keenest. Milk and butter and eggs and cheese, fresh from the farm to you. If you don't own a cow, call Cloverland now. It's North 92222.
I'm here to tell everyone to drink Wilkins coffee.
What's the club for?
Stuff like that. Thank you.
Was there any other commercial?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Yes, there was. First of all, do you like to eat?
Yes, I love to eat.
Do you like to eat bread?
I love to eat
Do
bread.
you like to eat Kern's bread?
No,
Let me try that again.
I don't want to. But let's do it for the case of the bit.
Let's see. There's one last thing that involves Wilkins coffee. You want to lead me into that one to help me out?
Sure.
Sorry.
It's the strange things that happen.
Oh,
to people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here to talk about Wilkins coffee.
I don't drink it.
You don't drink Wilkins coffee.
There was stuff, there were props and puppets from the movie, including some stuff that you can now see at the Museum of the Moving Image, as well as a whole scene of Kermit and Biggie in their wedding attire, which means if you came here to be, promoted or teased to this movie, they've spoiled the ending for you. How dare they?
You just spoiled it for me. I haven't seen it.
Not only is the dairy, there's also Shepherd's Meadow, Sheep's Meadow. And then that's where we, as a company, had a lot of events here. We would have baseball games. We'd had there was always the Christmas party and the kids party, and then there would be the summer football, softball that they'd have here. And we heard yesterday that the teams were the
frogs and pigs with bats.
They said they could use that shirt because they could use it in England too.
Right, because they play cricket. So, y'all have bats.
And I'd say Karen Falk is on our tour right now, if I can out her. She's from our archives department. And she's wearing her baseball shirt.
Terminator.
Did you play on the team, Karen?
I didn't, but I got a shirt.
What position would you have played? If you were on the team?
Right field.
Right field. Perfect. All right, so now let's move right along from the dairy.
Moving right along.
So this is our key point of this tour. tour. This is the Jim Henson bench. This was dedicated by my sister in 1991 when it came available that you can dedicate benches. And there's been a tradition in my family of having benches made for people. I mentioned that my dad had a place in London and it was on the edge of a Hampstead Heath. So when Don Saline, who we mentioned, who was the puppet builder that was working with Bert Hillstrom, when Don died, my dad had a bench dedicated to Don Saline in Hampstead Heath, and it's a beautiful place that my dad always loved to walk to on the top of Parliament Hill, looking down over London. And so when my dad died, my sister got this bench for him, which was very sweet. And we also took one of the panels from the bench in London and made it a Don Saline and Jim Henson bench. And then a few years later, when John Stone died, then my sister also got the John Stone bench. So so John Stone is the director from Sesame Street, and then my dad, and they're both here in the park that meant so much to both of them and meant a lot to the shows and projects that they made.
We say M-O-P-P, R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, right up.
It's not on the tour, but Ed Koch and the Muppets stood right there for the Muppets Take Manhattan press event. Did you know that, Tal? What's the fact? Ed Koch, the former mayor of New York City, stood right there in that band shell with the Muppets.
I didn't know that.
Learn something new every day. Eh?
Oh, hey, yes. Well, here. Whoa, wait, there's Muppets here. Where? Oh, him. There's Muppets.
Yes, me, I'm a puppet.
It's so realistic. How do those arms and legs move?
Yeah, it's all green screen. So here we are at the boat pond, the toy boat pond. You may remember this. I should get some photos out from a memorable scene in The Muppets Take Manhattan. Ooh. Do you remember this man? Jim Henson.
Driving the handsome cab.
And here he is. Here's a photo of him in his outfit. But here's a fun fact. He's not in the movie. You would think that that's Jim Henson, but it's not. So apparently, well...
Yeah, my memory was that it was Jim Henson, because I remember my dad, I remember that shot. I feel like it's in my head. I have this in my memory of, not that he was driving it. I kind of knew that he didn't drive it, because I remember that we had a stunt double that dressed up as Jim Henson, had the fake beard put on the fake... they dressed him up in his hair. They actually had his hair done exactly like my dad's, like straight and then a little curl.
And a fake beard as
well.
well.
And a fake beard. And I remember all that, but I know my dad was on at some point. And I thought there was like, I clearly remember an image of this camera, and he turns around and he taps his hat. But you know what? That's not in the movie.
It's not in the movie, and Karen, as far as we know, there's no footage of that, right? No? Yeah, so if anyone has that, let us know. It's valuable.
Yeah, I guess they cut it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You thought it was Jim Henson driving, right?
Yeah, well, and here's the picture of him in the outfit. Like, you know, he did it, but it is not him in the movie. He was not allowed to drive the handsome cab.
Yeah.
But he did have a relationship with the handsome cab drivers.
Yes, when he, as you saw at the Sheridan Nebula, he would walk out, and that area had all these handsome cabs lined up there, and my dad would walk out, and they would all know him. Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim. It was very sweet that because they knew everyone that walked by consistently. And that was cute. So my dad really wanted to make sure there was a handsome cab in the movie, too. Or maybe that was Frank's idea. You never know.
I don't know, yeah.
It could have been Frank's idea.
Right.
But that handsome cab drove right across this way.
Yes, he was on this path right here, filmed on the other side of the pond. And of course, that's the scene in which Kermit and Piggy are riding in the back of the cab, and Miss Piggy has her dream sequence where she pictures herself and Kermit and all their friends as babies.
As babies.
Do you guys remember that scene?
Yeah, we do.
How well do you remember it?
Let's find out.
Very well.
always be loving you. Gonna learn to drive a car, yes please, and be a veterinarian too. And I'm gonna always love
Back to the real world.
But before we left Central Park, Richard showed us some publicity photos of the Muppet Baby walk-around characters that were shot in and around the park, including at the Alice in Wonderland statue and in front of Lincoln Center.
We will be walking now into the streets of New York City.
And there's 117 East 69th Street. This is one of my longest home away from homes. I remember this place very dearly. Many Christmas parties here. This is a townhouse, and it really did feel like a home inside. This beautiful spiral staircase where you could see all levels. We had this funny story. Randy Green told the story yesterday about her mom calling on the phone at the reception desk and then calling up to the 4th floor. Randy, your mom's on the phone. Through all the floors. So it was a very open plan that you can kind of see a lot of spaces. The company bought it in
1977.
He bought it from a pharmaceutical company, and they had to keep it residential. So on the tippy top floor is a little penthouse that we had, and I remember that very fondly. It was set up as like a little like kitchenette bedroom, and I stayed there many times. And a little Murphy bed that would come down, and I would sleep there. And then I was living out in Connecticut at the time, and I had to wake up really early then to get to school. But this place was like home. Downstairs is the mailroom. My brother John worked in the mailroom a lot. We had a van, a big Muppet van that they would send out to different shoots. But yeah, with Karen Falk and Richard Termini, both who worked here at the office. I don't know if you want to add anything to it. There's many cool things about this place.
Well, one of the really great things about this place, when Jim bought it, he took a couple of years to renovate it because, it was really important to him that the places that he worked and lived were beautiful and aesthetically appealing. And so there was special stained glass that was commissioned for the space. And their big mural of all the Muppet characters is in the lobby. It's now out in LA at the Henson studio there.
And the mural is supposed to look like as if you are on stage and you're looking out onto the audience of the Muppet Show. And in the seats are all of the characters from all of the Muppet productions, Henson productions, Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, Fraggles. It was one of those pictures of everything. My dad did love this, commissioning artists to do special things. We have a reception desk too. It's in the shop in Queens, and it's beautiful inlay wood of all the characters, designed by Michael Brett.
And so this was really the part of the company, sort of toward the end of the Muppet Show. With the success of the Muppet Show, they were able to really expand, and they had international licensing and publishing, and all of those offices were here. I was hired in 1992 and came to work here to set up the archives. And the Creature Shop, which was on 67th Street, I made it to the basement here for about 7 years. Is that where you worked, Richard?
Yeah, we were on the first floor, in the back, and the garden, the bottom.
And then that space became the art department. It was used for a lot of different things. And we were in this building till about
2003.
And also this building here
next door
was also, I don't know if that was rented or purchased. Was that
rented?
Rented, and so there was access on every floor for office space there. I would just say in front of that mural in the lobby of the theater, characters were theater seats. So guests would come and they would sit in those, if they were waiting to do business, they would sit in the theater seats waiting to be called upstairs.
The seats came from the Helen Hayes Theater in Nyack.
And the stained glass at the top of the spiral staircase was Kermit's view of a swamp vegetation in the stained glass.
Yeah,
there.
the point of view of a frog in a swamp looking up.
And there was stained glass on the top of this window here.
Which is now at the Center for Puppetry Arts.
And the floor was the mural spiral that came from the stairway, and in the center was Ha in gold embedded within the marble was the Ha logo, Henson Associates with the exclamation
And then of
point.
course there was the big vertical sculpture of the Great Hot Air Balloon Race that was made by John Kahn.
So that was a beautiful wooden hot air balloon, and it had all the little figurines on it. These little Muppet figurines that were just made by some company.
Like the same company that made the Smurfs toys.
So we put all those little characters, figurines on the balloon.
And Jim's office. And this
Oh
was,
yeah.
The,
The one with the curved windows. Oh my gosh, that was the conference room with this wooden inlay. Oh my gosh, the wooden molding along there was just amazing. And that was the conference room. That's where all the Christmas parties were. And then above that is my dad's office and David Laser's office. So the receptionist is in the center, and then my dad's office is over there.
And if you see the stained glass of Ernie and Bert.
What a great
What a great segue. So we had an Ernie and Bert stained glass that you guys may have heard about. It's pretty famous. Jerry Jewell gave him the first one, which was a stained glass of Ernie and Bert, and then the next year gave him a bottom stained glass to go under it, and then it was stained glass of Jim and Frank puppeteering. So it was really, it's a cute stained glass. It's very important, and it's at the shop in Queens.
And there's a reproduction at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta.
And I also would add that there were fresh cut flowers every week that were put on your desks.
From the floral
Plaza
company. They're
Florist.
still on the corner.
And
Plaza
they would come and tend all the flowers. There was trees growing.
How often was that? Once a week?
Once a week.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The fresh flowers were really important to my dad. He did that in London too. There were always fresh flowers. He loved the little, small, really fragrant ones. I forgot about that.
So that's the kind of love and care that being a part of this company was all about. So it was quite amazing.
Our next stop was a few blocks away at another location for the Creature Shop.
With the Muppet Workshop, the main workshop was for the creation of the characters. So the top 4 floors, this was a grocery bodega here, and this with the top 4 floors. The first floor up here, the second floor was storage of the puppets and materials for building. Then the next 2 floors where construction was done, and the top floor was a photo studio where John Barrett was the photographer and created the calendars the famous calendars and all those wonderful photos that you see that were done on film. Beautiful photography. That was on the top floor. But I want to give you a reference to the street. If you look diagonally across, that is the Russian embassy. That white building beyond this apartment building, diagonally across. On this floor, on the first floor here, the second floor here, we would be, I shouldn't broadcast this, but we would be getting materials or puppets, and there would be people coming through and going to a door that was on the front of this building here, okay? So I want to explain also that I started as a builder. My background is in puppetry. I have my MFA in puppetry from UConn. I came here freelance and then ended up working in the workshop. And during that time, we would be on set on Sesame Street. It's one of the main productions I worked on. But Carol Lee Wilcox was the head of the workshop. And if we built something, a prop or a puppet, we would go on set to do the rigging of that puppet, and also to follow through on the puppet and learn from that experience of seeing what we created and how it worked and what we could learn from that. Also, we had a camera on set, and we would document for the Bible. Every character was documented with patterns, with visuals for reference to recreate. So there was an on-set photographer. At the same time, a friend that I went to school with was over in London, and she said she bought she worked at Muppets on Muppet Show, and she bought a 35mm camera, and she said, "You should buy a camera. I'm having a great time with photography." So I bought a camera, started experimenting. This is before I even came to Muppets. And then we had an on-set camera, and then there was an on-set photographer. So I started taking classes, and I thought, I'm enjoying this photography, freelance, performance. And so anyway, I started taking classes. One of my first assignments at Fashion Institute, taking a photo class, was doing a photo essay. And I had an idea. That room and that window at the front of the workshop there, of that floor, they were agents, and they were doing surveillance. Spies. Okay? Spies. So I will show you my first photo essay. So here we are. That's the view, right? Yeah. Okay, that I just showed you, right? And the other thing is there's a Jewish synagogue across the street, right there, across from the embassy, right? So there was, anyway, so that's that. This is the building that you're in front of now, okay? All right? And so I want you to look at the windows with the tape on them.
and the blinds. There is a camera, right, that is in that space, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. So there's a surveillance camera that, a lens, okay, that is pointing in that direction. And the last image, so one day I went down, this is the room, and I went down supposedly to get materials or to get a puppet, but I had my camera with me, and there's a ghost image of someone going into the door, okay?
That's so
Okay, so that is evidence of what's, okay? So that's my story about, so when Gorbachev came, I don't know if you remember this, but he came and they had a whole portico with canvas and the car drove up. We never got to see him. It was all sealed and very secure. But anyway, that's what we were seeing while we were in this building here.
Then we walked just a few doors down to the original entrance where we found Kermit's flipper prints still in the cement. So this used to be the Creature Shop entrance, and you can still see Kermit's flipper prints in cement here. That's how it looked back in the day. They're partially covered, but still somewhat visible. But it's now a Pilates studio, strengthen and more. Of course, that's where Kermit goes to work out, right? He needs his stamina for the shows, and that's of course where he goes. And only a few doors down from that, we arrived at the Henson Carriage House.
Bought the carriage house in 1984.
Okay, cool. And there were 3 beautiful carriage houses in a row, and that was actually the prettiest one. We're down for no reason. Marvel wanted more buildings, more apartments, higher property taxes. Terrible. And then there was one architect that built the 3 carriage houses all together, and this one actually was a women's shelter.
Yes, it was.
For single women, it was
single pregnant women.
Single pregnant women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like run by nuns.
Yeah.
Yeah. The carriage house right before Jim took it over, it was a photo studio. And so when you go in, you're going to be able to see all these photos on the walls, and those pictures were all taken in this building. One of which, in particular, if you can find it, it's a picture of Cookie Monster at a kitchen sink. This place, they specialized in food photography. And so that picture was actually taken before the Muppets moved in here. But you can see that kitchen sink the Cookie Monster is in front of is still the kitchen sink that you will see inside. In more recent years, the carriage house has been a filming location. Things like the Dog City TV show, the Muppets Celebrate Jim Henson, the Wubulous World of Dr. Seuss. The costumes for Muppet Treasure Island were made here. And many other things. You're going to see a video when you get inside with a compilation of the many, many things that were filmed here.
Yeah, you see it's a small studio, so it's just the things that were like small shoots could happen. So the intro to Muppet Vision 3D was
with the 3 screens, yeah. Oh, there's puppets in there!
And
More puppets!
More puppets here! Hello! Are we opening the door? Oh, okay.
Can we hear you? Can you guys turn your microphones up?
Yeah. Come out.
Hi, puppets.
Hello.
Hi, puppeteers.
Hello. Guys, you made it to the end of the tour. Congratulate yourselves. Woo, you did it!
Whoa, all right.
And to celebrate, we have one final song for you. One final song.
There was, yes, it was filmed. It's from Dr. Seuss, Wubulous World of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And that whole series was filmed in this building.
Yes.
And it's the song number 13 in your guidebook.
Ready?
13.
Play number 13, Lucas.
Hooray for us. Hooray, I say. Hooray for all the fun that we have every day. And all the new faces and all the new places we'll see. Just you and me. So come back soon, and when you do, I'll have some new surprises in my hat for you. Just one last thing, and then I'm on my way. Let's shout hooray! Just shout hooray! Get some!
Would you like to come inside?
Do you want to go inside? Why not? No!
Okay. Thank you so much. No problem.
were decorated with Muppet art. So now we're in the carriage house, and they have these banners set up highlighting Jim Henson's life and legacy and the company itself, of course. School days, his first Muppets at Sam and Friends, film experiences and experiments like Timepiece, Sesame Street, tuning into the Muppets, beginning of the Muppet Show, Sex and Violence, the Muppet Valentine Show, primetime personalities with the Muppet Show, M. Alder's Jug Band Christmas, the Muppet Movies and Muppet Mania, Muppet Movie, Great Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, and the Muppet Babies, creating worlds like the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, making a better world through programs like Fraggle Rock and the Song of the Cloud Forest, innovative storytelling. Here we got the Jim Henson Hour, Storyteller, The Witches, Dog City, and all about his creative legacy. There's all the family, and what's happening now with the Center of the Puppetry Arts, the Museum of Moving Image, the birthplace of the frog in Leland, Mississippi. They all have different Muppet items on display, so check all those places out. Speaking of things on display, there's a Kermit here, and everybody, of course, is in line to get their picture with Kermit. We got a special guest on our tour, magician Rob Lake, who has an upcoming Broadway show featuring the Muppets.
I don't take lightly how special that is, and I want you to know they are in really good hands. I can't tell my story about getting into magic without talking about the Muppets. Before I got into magic, I was into puppets, and Jim Henson was my hero. And then I found magic, and I still kept my connection to creativity, to the Muppets and the puppets. And so I'm not going to give any spoilers about the show. It's not the Muppet Show on Broadway. It's not Christmas Carol. I'm sorry, I can't do that. But part of my show is I take the audience through what magic is for me. And I can't tell my story about magic and my journey of magic without talking about my childhood, which did not exist without the Muppets. So that's kind of a little tease of how we tie them in. But you will see them live on stage. They are part of the show for a segment, and I want you to know I don't take lightly how special and how much reverence and how meaningful this is for all of us to have them do this monumental thing as part of my show. So I hope you will come out and see the show and experience the magic and experience the Muppets with some magic. My favorite Muppet, obviously Kermit, because he is the leader, but also I've always loved Ralph. At our theater just yesterday, I know some of you have already got pictures, the signs are up with the Muppets, and coming very soon, I don't know the date, there's also going to be a photo walk outside of the theater where Kermit and I can make you levitate. Please come see the show. Please help spread the word and push it online. It's we're really looking forward to it, and we're here for a lot of shows this holiday. So I hope to have you all there, and please bring your Muppet enthusiasm.
Come see us on Broadway starting this October. Get your tickets before they disappear. See what I did there?
I sure did, because you do magic.
Collectors? Who are those people?
Are they? Yeah, if you want to know anything about this one, please talk to Chris over here. He knows everything about it. But every year we've been actually doing Richard has been doing our art pieces the last couple of years. We had the Kermit, then the Jim and Banjo, and the stickers of all the Muppet characters with their musical instruments. And then this year we asked Will to do some trading cards. So we had some special Jim trading cards. There are 70 patterns centimeter ones, but you each get you get a special 5, right? And then you can trade them around and so they're really cool artwork of different characters and different universes, and we actually tried to get a whole spectrum of the television shows, movies, commercials, experiments, so you can kind of test your Muppet trivia when you see these cards. So am I supposed to open this? Like this? You just handed this to me.
Well, that's your own personal deck.
Oh! Don't give those away.
Oh my gosh! And this is like a big surprise. Woo! The first card. This is crazy. The first card is actually. Is this actually in the set?
That's for
this
you.
Is crazy. Okay. Oh, I see. It has my logo on the back. So it's a little Heather Henson card, very sweet, and with my company logo on the back. That's sweet.
I wrote
all the rest of them are.
To Heather.
Wait, there's more.
Thank you so much for allowing me the
gosh.
opportunity to work with one of the sweetest and creative ladies that I know.
Oh.
This is the best opportunity of a lifetime.
Aww.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. This is so sweet. So it's all Muppet, except that I see that actually he put. This is amazing.
You can thank Joe for that.
This is my company logo because this is now the Green Feather Foundation office, and we do our own productions here. This is wild, and these are pictures from my show.
So I got the first pack of these Henson Heritage Collection trading cards that Will did. I guess I should just open these up right on camera here. It says, from the world building of a company, from the creative mind of one man, these characters are currently owned by the Walt Disney Company, the Jim Henson Company, Sesame Workshop, and the Henson family. All right, let's open these up and see which cards are in this pack. All right, Gab is going to be my lovely assistant. I need a hand. All right, so we have, looks like the frogs from the Frog Prince with Robin.
That is the Frog
Prince. Kind of looking like questioning, but and he's a frog, right? When he first becomes a frog. I'm going to hand you that card.
All right.
We have the King of Eight.
The one and only.
From Sesame Street. All right.
Oh my gosh.
The Muppet musicians of Bremen. We got Leroy
It's
and
ravaging my backyard.
What's the rooster's name? TR Rooster. The African masks from the Harry Belafonte episode of the Muppet Show, which is probably one of the best episodes there is.
Yes, it is.
And the Miranda monster from the Miranda soda commercials. That's awesome. Good. Good job, Will. These are great. Hard to believe that in this room all those productions were filmed. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a space, but wow, a lot of Muppet history happened right here. There's even this cool little alley back here. Check this out. That's really nice. And with that, our tour was over and we made our way to the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens. In the digital suite, which will be converted tomorrow for the swamp meet, they're doing a whole puppet demonstration. You can you can color in things. You got all kinds of crafts here. You can learn green screen, all kinds of video techniques, all kinds of great stuff. Look at that. This is just fantastic. All kinds of not just Muppet, but puppet events happening here this weekend. We came into the gift shop and there's all kinds of great Muppet and Sesame records here. All kinds of great stuff. Even Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. These are super rare. Over here where they normally have just regular Muppet stuff, there's some regular Muppet stuff, but I see some things I don't have already. And there is some major vintage items kind of on the bottom shelf here that I need to get. There's a whole bunch of vintage Fraggle Rock books down here. I have a couple of these, but not all. They even have the 1984 Fraggle Rock calendar, still brand new in the sleeve. I am absolutely freaking out. I need to pick that up. One of these Boober's Colorful Soup books. I don't believe I have this. This paperback version of The Tale of Traveling Matt. That Doozer's Big Little, that is incredibly rare. There is all kinds of just amazing vintage stuff here. The Labyrinth photo album, Muppet Show on Tour, the Muppet movie press thing. Holy mackerel. All right, I'm officially freaking out. There's all these vintage Kermit collection plush. These they haven't made in years. These are also extremely hard to find. They have these new fun Sesame figures. Diamond Selects. There's a new Fraggle Rock lunchbox up there. Kurt, are you freaking out?
I already bought $100 worth of stuff.
He's freaking out. I'm freaking out too. There's all kinds of Muppet books here. We've got Sam and Friends, Art of the Muppets, Imagination Illustrated, the Jim Henson Biography, the Character Encyclopedia, Memoirs of a Muppets Writer, Jim Henson and Philosophy, Funny Boy. I mean, just so much cool stuff. Over here on the rack, they have an original Jim Henson Productions cast and crew jacket. I wonder how much they're asking. It's so funny because so many things here are not priced, so you kind of have to ask and see what things are going for. But man, if that's a reasonable price, I might have to pick that up. They also have a few vintage Kermit watches and a few more Applause Kermit plush at the register. After we were done freaking out at the new old stock at the gift shop, we made our way into the theater where Lucas Ross was hosting a Muppety sing-along.
You lift my spirits where it never felt before. Make sure it sits there forever if you dare to get it under your nails. Pretty girl dancing to George Ben's music and a mama's barber. There's the mama's barber. There's the mama's barbecue. Say cheese. We're gonna do a little video. You guys okay being on a video? That's your verbal consent.
I think you guys will know the song.
You want to start right here in front of me? Closer. 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 Life's like a movie, you write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending. We've done just what we set out to do. Thanks to the lovers, the dreamers, and you.
Once we were done singing along, Henson Legacy President Craig Shemin hosted a screening of the 70 greatest moments in Henson history as voted on by fans via a Tough Pigs survey. And as Craig pointed out, while these are in no particular order, here are the top 70 moments. Rainbow Connection, Old Black Magic, King of 8, Let Me Be Your Song, Good Grief, The Comedian's a Bear, I Don't Want to Live on the Moon, Cooking with Dragonfire, Dance Magic, Drum Roll Please, Happy Feet, How Does Santa Deliver Presents, Wilkins Coffee Commercials, Auger's Orrery, Turn the World Around, Welcome to Sesame Street, The Muppets on the Ed Sullivan Show, Kermit Fills in for Johnny Carson, Timepiece, I'm Going to Go Back There Someday, Song and Dance Man, Rubber Ducky, The Impossible Dream, When the River Meets the Sea, Danny Boy, You Cannot Leave the Magic, Muppets on Bikes, Titwillow, The Storyteller, The Soldier and Death, Dance Myself to Sleep, Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, Puppets Performing Puppets, In the Navy, Piggy's Water Fantasy, Dave the Human Visits the Animal Show, C is for Cookie, The Wedding, Henson Goes to the Dogs, Oklahoma, Mana Mana, Kermit and Cher, Fraggle Rock Returns, featuring clips from Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock, Once in a Lifetime, Beat the Time, Fever, Rapunzel, Don't Mess Around with Jim, Singing and Dancing Waiter Grover, Miss Piggy and Raquel Welch, Goodbye Mr. Hooper, Green, Glowworm, which featured a montage of the skit performed in different variations over the years, Pigs in Space meets Star Wars, Furry Happy Monsters, The Ice Age Cometh, Bohemian Rhapsody, Kermit and Joey, It Feels Like Christmas, Ella If I Know, Man or Muppet, Cookie Gate, Lady of Spain, Michael Parkinson, OK Go, Visual Thinking, Swashbuckling Frog, Piggy Meets Martha, Just One Person, Mayhem Meetings, Karaoke Night, A Muppet Family Christmas, and the big finale. While all those clips were great to see with other fans, the real treat was that everyone that participated in the survey got their names in the credits. And it's crazy here. Everybody's here. Karaoke is happening. There's barbecue. There's beers. It's just fantastic. All the Muppet fans are just hanging out, being crazy. It's awesome.
You gotta see it in your mind. So quick and easy to find. You don't have to buy a frame. Can you picture that? Can you picture that? You can eat it. Don't forget to feed it. Three French eggs, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. I guess. By golden and a partridge in a pear tree.
Teddy Durkin has something in his bag of tricks. What could it be? I am freaking out. Freaking out.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh. What? Is that a thug from the Muppet Valentine's special? Where like I love the Jim Henson, or just Jim Henson in general. I love Jim Henson. Oh my God. A Kenny Durkin original. This is,
wait. So I sculpted this, I 3D printed it myself, I painted it myself, and the pink glows in the dark.
Oh, so you're telling me this is gonna give me nightmares now?
Yes, that's precisely what I told you.
As long as I'm aware of that, it's all good. Absolutely stunning. That fog will haunt my dreams and my soul because it's gonna light up my room at night. But he loves Jim Henson, and as do I. As does Kenny.
I'm here to give you nightmares. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Love it.
Down in Fraggle Rock, dance your fears away. Worries for another day. Let the music play. Down in Fraggle Rock, down in Fraggle Rock, down in Fraggle Rock.
And that's going to do it for day one. And it was especially great spending time with friends and fellow fans that we've known for a long time online, but we're finally meeting in person for the first time. And that was just day one, so be sure to watch part 2 as we show you day 2, which includes the costume contest, the swamp meet, which I put together, and of course, more Muppet sing-alongs. And that's going to do it for this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite item from this video was. Please be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, and I'll see you next time.